Hey y'all, it's me, Barb Hardly, and this is Hardly a Show, where Barb Hardly puts on drag from the waist up and then talks to someone about whatever she wants. Because you know what? We got to take care of our mental health any way we can, and sometimes getting dressed up like a great looking woman will make you feel really good, but you don't want a corset and heels if you're not going to see it. Anyway, let's get, and now here's our guest. From Slayerfest98, Ian Carlos Crawford. Hello.
Hello, Barb. Thank you for having
Hi.
me.
I'm gonna put this back in my dainty purse. There we go. Tell people about Slayerfest real quick. I mean, like, let's just get that going, right?
Barb's alter ego sometimes guest co-hosts with me. Um, been doing it for a while now, and I started out as a Buffy rewatch podcast. Now we kind of cover just anything nerdy and or gay that I like.
But today we're doing something that I have been secretly wanting to do with you for a very long time, and I've been trying to bully you into doing like a 4th of July episode on of Slayerfest or something today.
You have been asking. I forgot about that. You have been.
I'm always trying to figure out some way to talk about this movie, this darn movie. Today, to celebrate the 39th anniversary of G.I. Joe the movie, 39 years old, baby. We're going to be talking about G.I. Joe the movie. And I wanted to do this specifically because the anniversary is not 420. People
Oh,
have been
okay.
celebrating the anniversary on 420 for decades.
Why?
I don't know. The movie came out on August 25th on home video. And
Hmm.
for the article, for the 12,000 word history of Cobra-La article that I did on poppass.com, go read it. I dug into the newspaper archives and found that this right here came out on August 25th, 1987 and retailed for I think $80, which in 2026 money is 225.
It really went for $80?
All VHS tapes used to be insanely expensive, and that is how video rental stores became a thing. It's because the video rental stores would buy them and then rent them out. Because that's also why I did not own that movie until way later.
That must have been why I only had the recorded from TV VHS of it that had a glitch in the middle and messed up, and it cut out like a good 5-10 minutes of the movie. And that was the only version I had ever watched.
So yeah, and I'm wanting to reinstate August 25th as the true release date
All right.
of this movie. And next year, Hasbro is actually going to be doing 40th anniversary stuff for this movie. They've announced it. Will Barb be involved? She's trying.
Listen,
She's got DMs in at Hasbro, that's for sure. But we'll see, and hopefully they will celebrate the anniversary on the correct date and not 420. I honestly think it was just GI Joe stoners were like, "You want to get high and watch GI Joe the movie?" Because this is a pretty good weed movie, I would imagine.
yeah, I was thinking I would probably enjoy this more if I was stoned.
So we'll get into start. What is your history with General Issue Josephs?
Them and Star Wars were my first like toys because my brother is 8 years older than me. So the first toys I like remembered like when I got into action figures were just like, oh, I played with my brother. So he had the G.I. Joes and the Star Wars figures. And with G.I. Joe, it worked out well because, they were still releasing, they started releasing them when he was a kid, and then they were still very much releasing them when we were kids.
Hmm.
But I always remember he never had the Scarlet figure. And at the time, there was only that one that ever came out. And I was always so mad that I could not get Scarlet. My neighbors were big flea marketers. And when they would go, I would always go with them. And I'd look through every G.I. Joe bin to try to find Scarlet.
You're doing what I do as an adult now.
But I
Yeah,
did
and
love the
if,
Ninja Force Scarlet. That
oh,
was my favorite.
finally, neon green and neon green, two different shades of neon green on top of each other. Ever. Uh, so, oh, I should have actually done so. Like, G.I. Joe the movie, released August 25th, 1987, directed by Don Jurwich, written by first point of contention. The credits say Ron Friedman. It was mostly written by Buzz Dixon. who was the showrunner on G.I. Joe, one of the main storyboard directors, who we're going to be talking about right off the bat, Larry Houston, who goes on to basically be the showrunner of X-Men in the 90s
And isn't
and
he
now.
still like isn't he like executive on 97 still, I
Yeah,
think?
he's
Yeah.
got that credit at least, so he's getting some
Yeah.
coin. He storyboarded both the opening credit sequence and then also the Pythona breaking into the Terradrome sequence. So the first like 10 minutes of this movie is like Larry Houston coming from his brain, and oh boy, he was tasked with. They were like, well, we need a big opening sequence, because every season of GI Joe had a new big opening sequence with all the new toys. And
Oh, I
he
don't remember
sat
that.
down to start storyboarding, and he was like, well, what am I going to do? He looks at the television, and this is the summer that they were restoring the Statue of Liberty. And so on the
Oh.
news every day was the Statue of Liberty with scaffolding and people all over it. And so he was like, let's just put it on there. Like,
Oh.
crazy.
It's wild. I love the song goes on for so long, but I love it, but it goes on for so long.
So good. Well, and then the closing credits is just the song for like 10 minutes. It's like the
Because I
mega
was like, oh,
mix.
I still have 10 minutes left of it. And then I was like, oh no, I did. These are credits. I don't
Yeah.
need to watch
No,
this.
there's no post credits. But like there's a story with so the opening credits kind of act as the real first scene of the movie.
Which I didn't realize till I was reading the trivia, and I was like, oh, that was supposed to be why Cobra Commander was being usurped for
Yeah,
Serpentor.
because it's just like this was the last straw. And I do love so like the plot of the opening credits is Cobra wants to blow up the Statue of Liberty, and Cobra Commander decides himself, I am gonna plant the bomb. I love that. He has his little wing pack on. They hand him the little bomb, and he like jumps out of there. And I'm like, "Go, Cobra Commander, work!" And then GI Joe, literally every GI Joe shows up to kick ass.
Yeah, it's like all of them. Every
Yeah.
because I was like, is this everybody? I guess because the credits, we're gonna show everybody. Some of them
Yeah.
didn't even have lines in the movie.
No, you have a favorite action moment from the opening credits.
Now I'm like, who was it? Lady J that's on a bike. One of them was on like a bike, and I was like, oh, I don't remember this from when I was a kid, but I feel like I would have loved seeing the fact that all the ladies were in this
Oh
battle.
yeah.
Because usually it was like you got one.
Scarlett's on a jetpack, and she
Maybe
like
that's what I'm thinking
and
of.
she punches one of the dreadnoks in the face as Spirit's bird Freedom is also attacking him, and also Mutt's dog Junkyard. So it's just like everyone. First of all, I love Alpine, who is the Mountaineer.
Okay.
He does a cool thing where he like lassos his grappling hook onto a trouble bubble, and it pulls him out, and then he like gets onto the top of the like plane and like punches the windshield. And it's like great.
I've rewatched this in years. I was like, there are so many goddamn G.I. Joes. Like, I would be like, oh, I know that guy. What the hell is that guy's name? I don't remember this one. Ooh, what's their name? I did not remember how any of them. I don't remember Beachhead having like a Texas
Southern accent.
drawl.
There's a real sense of menace to them too. Like the opening, like fireworks. It's like it's set the scene. It's a mood. It's a vibe.
Once you said that he like did the opening and Pythona breaking in, that makes sense because those felt like kind of the best scenes, like
There's
sequences, like art and detail wise, not just like,
yeah,
oh, we're shooting and there's a fight. Like there was like things
beautiful.
happening, many things spinning at once, which I love.
So the Terrordrome. Now this is where I also call GI Joe one of my favorite Pride Month movies. I watch it every June because, in addition to the very first character we see being a basically a drag queen, she's basically Sasha Colby, the most badass bitch you've ever seen, who's covered in a pink and purple membrane bodysuit and a cloak, and then just tons of clams and eels.
Which, yeah, when it comes when she just takes it out of her cloak, I was like, where
Yeah,
were
just
they?
like, yeah, this is a bag of holding or whatever. And that is intercut with the library is open Terrordrome edition because everyone is just turned on Cobra Commander and they're just like yell. It's the library challenge, world class buffoon, incompetent. It's just great. The Pythona action sequence is I just watch it all the time. It's amazing. It's so good. She beats the shit out of minimum 13, I counted, Cobra officers.
I mean, the Cobra officers are no better than like stormtroopers. They're literally
No,
just like,
yeah. What are they doing? No, I
yeah.
mean, my favorite one is where she just straight up cold clocks one in the head so hard that his helmet leaves a dent in the wall, cracks the
No,
walls.
it is like a like well plotted, but also the art in it is really good.
Oh yeah.
Like, like I think it's the guy that she punches. He has the sniper rifle, and you see her reflection
Oh
coming up
yeah.
to him, and like I don't know, that's cool. And that's not a detail. Like GI Joe wasn't always as detailed as
Yeah, well, and so like in this was like they actually the reason the movie is a movie is because like they had a year to animate it. Because usually episodes of G.I. Joe could go from first draft to air in 6 weeks,
oof,
which is
oof.
insane for a half-hour animated show. Which is why some episodes of the cartoon are a little bit weird, but the action sequences are always good. It just depends on how many lines characters have, how well they're rendered. But the staging is always good. Did you have a favorite Pythona weapon? Like which one would you really hate to be attacked
I,
with?
I really liked, I think they were all connected. I think it was like a weird four-headed eel that that
Yeah,
eats through.
the gate.
That was so ridiculous and so big because I just was like, where was that?
Well, she got rid of it first. She was like, I gotta offload the biggest
But she was
one.
like running around to get there and
Yeah.
like,
Such a
was she just
she's
like
so
carrying it?
just my absolute my
But I
I
really,
am
and I know that they released, and you have it for, what was it? Was it a Comic-Con exclusive? I forget.
yeah, it was last year's New York Comic Con exclusive was the Pythona
I
figure fight.
I like was debating on getting it, and then it was sold out. But as a kid, I was always so mad there wasn't a Pythona action figure. Like that was
She
who I
is
wanted the most.
of all the new bad guys, she's the one that does the most and is
She's on, yes.
objectively the coolest.
Like she has the most screen time, which is so weird. If it is very weird, and I should have assumed, because I feel like most cartoons in the 80s were like produced for toys. I should have assumed that's why they had all these new characters. But it's weird that not all these new characters, even like Big Lob, who has a lot of stupid lines, did not have an action figure.
No. Well, and from what I've heard is because he was too tall and they would have had to spend money to make an entirely new like pressing a plate to mold.
That's
So they were like
wild.
so but why they made him to begin with is also
Yeah.
crazy because it's like well you made a character whose whole thing is being a tall basketball player and that you didn't think it okay whatever you know.
So yeah, just make him like, oh, I'm a regular height basketball player.
Pythona gets a Serpentor and she basically like she gets down there, she flips into his little throne room and she like whips that cloak open and she's like work it's basically her drag race entrance moment is
Oh,
basically
it is. Yes, absolutely. It's so
like she's
good.
hands
And
on
that outfit
hips and
is good. I like that outfit.
so good. And she's basically like you need to get the broadcast energy transmitter for us. I'm not going to tell you why, but baby, we can. We are well, I mean, she there's body language between her and Serpentor throughout this movie where it's like she wants to fuck that guy. She's always got her hands on him and stuff. Anyway, so what's a broadcast energy transmitter, you might ask? Well, we go to the Himalayas where we see the GI Joes have this broadcast energy transmitter.
Was this a thing that was explained in the car, or no? This is just all like, okay.
This is just a MacGuffin. Like every GI Joe five potter has, like, well, here's a weather dominator, here's a space shuttle, here's a yeah.
Because when,
Basically, it's just Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Basically,
yeah, every time they said the BET, I was like, that sounds goofy. Like now that sounds goofy.
yeah. And I was just like, when did BET happen? I
Yeah,
mean, this is
yeah,
1987. This is written in 85, late 85. I mean, maybe it predates. It is
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Even as a kid, I was always like,
Hmm.
Channel 33? Like, what? Okay. Now I am going to call out my GI Joe boyfriends as we come to them.
Okay. I'm
And
sure there are a lot.
I encourage you to do the same if you ever see a Joe or Cobra that is
I do have a GI Joe boyfriend in this, so
a hunk. Dial tone. When he's just like, oh, they're little dancing. I could hear the circuits dancing under my fingertips. Oh, be careful. Like, he's just such a little sweet kind of breath. I love it. What's wrong with me?
I can always count on you to have very specific taste.
Oh, yeah, they're going to see a gamut of them. If one surprises you, let me know. There might actually
Okay.
be one surprise, but not when I explain it. Um, what I love about this scene and what I love about the movie in general is like usually one line of dialogue to me as a kid was enough to make me think as a kid that character was in the whole movie. Like
Hmm.
just one little line of dialogue. Like
I do remember, yeah.
we pan across all the Joes and we hear Quick Kick is telling, I think, Gung Ho a story, and he's like, I don't care what the guy says, we're gonna have to drive all night. And then Gung Ho laughs. He's like, that's funny. It's like I love just like these little snippets of all their little conversations. Like you didn't have to write all that.
I also read in the trivia that it was the first time Quick Kick spoke since season one.
Maybe, yeah, because a lot of the original characters in season two were just like because they had to use the 1986 characters.
All right,
Yeah,
all
weird.
right.
Cobra, of course, shows up. They show up all sneaky like though. They turn on the BET and it turns on all their machines. It is essentially Wi-Fi and Bluetooth in one, but powerful. And also a microwave.
I would say also it has like those weird powers. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. It's like Phoenix. It's like it's just got all the powers and whatever you need it to be.
Barb, I will
Um,
let you know I didn't even give it two extra thoughts. I was like, sure, this is what it does. Okay.
Oh yeah, and that's what this is supposed to be. And the
Yeah.
haters that hate it are like, this isn't a grounded military show.
You're
It's
like, yes,
like,
correct.
yeah, exactly. Did you see any of Cobra? Did you see all of the belly shirts on the biker dreadnoks? And like,
Did you see Quick
just
Kick's outfit? I don't think that's a
yeah,
military grade outfit.
yeah. It's like this is ridiculous. Cobra shows up, and they then we get a amazing action scene, and like the fight choreography throughout the movie. I love. I think it is it presages a lot of what we see in X-Men. I
So I
think
wasn't I thought the fights were a little too much noise was the only my
there's a
big
lot.
complaint. There's a lot of noise.
There's a lot of vehicles, a lot of characters.
Yeah, and I will say the thing that was really fun was being like, "Ooh, I had that car. Ooh, I had that tank. Ooh, I had that helicopter. Ooh, I didn't have
Yeah.
that car. I don't even know if they made that car."
Oh, they
I
did.
I meant to look. I know they probably did. I meant to look up the names, but I loved that. Now I can't remember if you see it in the Himalayas or you see it later. The like weird three-seater Cobra vehicle that the
Oh
two
yeah, the
front seats.
stun.
I
Yeah.
loved that.
Love that thing. It splits open in the front. I
Yep.
found that at an antique store out here last year, and I bought for $20. Loved it.
Oh,
And I
nice,
cleaned it up,
nice.
washed it, scrubbed it with a toothbrush. uh, yeah, there's like a really cute moment between Quick Kick and Snowjob when Quick Kick's riding. He's like, "Hey, Snowjob, want to live?" And Snowjob's like, "While I," in his like Cliff Clavin like Boston accent voice, like, "I thought walking to be better for my health. Since when are you the nervous type?" Like, just I love. There's just like nonstop banter and quips, and it's just, hey, Buffy, you know?
And I don't did the cartoon. I don't remember the cartoon doing that as much. Did it? It
Yes,
did. Okay, because I
yes.
didn't remember that.
It's so I found the writer's Bible that they had that because like a show like G.I. Joe was basically made by freelance writers basically pitching ideas. Like they didn't really have a room. And it's a lot of Marvel writers. Like G.I. Joe is
Yeah.
written by like Jerry and Carla Conway, Steve Gerber, Howard the Duck guy. Like, yeah, so
Huh.
the Bible of the show is so good. And it also is where my appreciation really kicked in because like they have all these like big top level points. Like one of them I love is in all caps. There is no format for this show. Anything can happen. You want to do a spy episode, you want to do a heist episode, you want to do a rock episode, we will do anything. And then the other one is like never use tired dialogue. Always think of the more interesting and snappier way of
Hmm.
saying it. And that's like, that's what this is. And I love it so much. Now, we do then get uh Duke versus Serpentor.
Everything about Serpentor is so weird and also very 80s. I feel like
Yeah.
it just Cobra, I don't know why Cobra Commander is also ridiculous, but he makes sense. Serpentor feels like too serious for like the tone we normally get
Yeah.
and like intense.
He's
And
like
they
the
worship him
guy.
like a deity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've been putting up with Cobra Commander for how long? And I mean,
He
he's
does
a
suck at his
little
job.
and he's a bitch, and I love him so much. He's so catty. Um, like when Cobra's coming in and Serpentor is like blah blah blah, and Cobra Commander's like, this is gonna cost us too much, and Serpentor basically is like, shut up and follow my orders like an obedient lackey.
Yep.
And Cobra Commander goes like, lackey, what are you talking about? Then sees a GI Joe. Ah,
Yes.
great,
It,
great, great, great.
it felt like the Kathy comic, like ah,
Ah, yeah, he does
yeah,
that. I love it. Duke fights Serpentor. Serpentor throws a snake at him, and what I love, which is setting up later.
yes.
No spoilers yet. For- but what I love is like Serpentor has these shoulder snakes. Like his shoulders are like a Petco, and he just throws them, and then they come back. Like they literally grow back.
Yes, I would say, but then they're there again, and
Yeah.
they don't seem to be like, they're not always moving either.
No, I don't even know. Like when they designed the action figure, if they intended for them to be like sculpture arm pieces or like actual. Well, on the show,
Yeah.
they're animated and they're weapons. What do you think? Like that, like if that snake, because that snake just gets away and slithers off, and he probably finds snakes in the wild, and they're like, "Where'd you come from?" He was like, "I don't know. I was on a man's shoulder.
I don't know. Wouldn't it just
Threw
die
me."
in the Himalayas?
Yeah, probably. So then they split up. The Joes got to split up because they got half of them have Cobra Commander, or half of them have Serpentor, and then they were like, "Well, we got to chase Cobra. Cobra's trying to get away. We got to go get them." They split up the team, and this is where I will start fighting people
Oh God.
who want to poke holes in the plot because I've watched this movie so many fucking times, and what I think is really cool is like when they split up the team, they actually do have a very clear roster of like who goes where and who is at, one place. Now, America and the Himalayas are like a 15-minute helicopter ride away. If so, that doesn't make any sense. But then we get Cobra finds Cobra-La. I do like that Cobra-La for a mystical Himalayan like fortress city is kind of just like if you just walk far enough, it's there.
There. Yeah. You can find it by accident. Like,
And they're like, we've been hidden for 40,000 years because no one comes to visit.
you know what I was thinking of? As soon as we were in Cobra-La, I was thinking of, wasn't it you that was on for Quantum Mania and you kept comparing it to this?
So,
Yes, because I was like, this really is like, this is the better version of what Quantum Mania was
oh
trying to do.
yeah, what I love like this scene establishes so many interesting dynamics between Cobra because like you could just have a group of bad guys and they're all like, well, we're all bad guys and we're in it together. Not Cobra. Cobra, they all hate each other. They all have different factions within factions. Specifically, Cobra Commander goes into Cobra-La. He sees Nemesis Enforcer, who is a giant, jacked, bat-winged, pro wrestling, silent, crustacean wearing
Yes,
Hulk.
yes, that is
Um,
a good description. I did not know how to describe him.
he sees Nemesis Enforcer and he's like, Nemesis Enforcer, so great to see you. And Nemesis Enforcer just backhands him.
Like I was like, I wish I could know the backstory of like specifically it feels like that guy was like, this bitch. I hate this bitch. Like,
Well, and like Cobra Commander thought they were friends, but then Pythona comes out next to Nemesis Enforcer, and just seeing Pythona causes Cobra Commander to be like, shit, fuck, gotta go.
he like
It's
pieces out immediately.
He's almost like, man, like Nemesis Enforcer backhanded you and you wanted to see him. What went on with you and Pythona? That's what. But it is left up to, I don't know. I mean, I think your kids, you're not supposed to fucking notice or care at all. As an adult watching it, I read into it and I'm like, that's an interesting dynamic that I would love to know more about. Uh,
I know. I really wanted to know his history with these characters because as to why he thought he would be good, and then but Pythona does scare him enough that he runs away.
yeah. Well, so like Pythona's role, my headcanon is like she is the emissary of and like head assassin of Cobra-La. I feel like you
Yeah.
probably only see her when shit's about to get real, you know? Well, maybe it's like a Wonder Woman thing where like by day she just is like a like has like a Mary Tyler Moore flip and like a mini skirt and she's just like pushing vines around Cobra-La. And then but when Globulus needs something done, it's like wig off. Here we go. Uh, but then another little interesting wrinkle, which again goes to like they didn't have to put this much thought into it. The next time we see Cobra, uh, all the Cobra troopers are prisoners all of a sudden. Like they're like hitting them and like, but the dreadnoks aren't.
Yes, I was wondering that.
Because the dreadnoks are not Cobra. They're bounty hunters that Cobra Commander keeps hiring, much to Destro's chagrin. Destro hates the dreadnoks. So again, that's one of those like interesting little weird wrinkles of like the forces of Cobra are allied with Cobra Commander, who clearly is a dipshit, and we don't like him. So all of you guys are guilty until proven, you know, not.
But it seemed like they had already defected to not be on Cobra Commander's side. All of
Well,
Cobra.
they didn't. Well, that's why the next time we see them, all of them are free.
Yeah, then
It's like,
everyone's good.
yeah, it's just like they got to the prison, like, no, 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 we hate that guy.
Yeah.
We don't,
Fuck
we're on
that
the same page.
guy.
Oh, okay, cool. But also, so during this moment is also one of my gay awakenings with my other GI Joe boyfriend, because GI Joe finds Cobra-La because they drive far enough, and we get a fight between the Joes and Cobra-La. My favorite moment is Snow Job, my other GI Joe boyfriend. I love Snow Job. Red hair, beard, talks like Cliff Clavin. he he jumps, he gets into a havoc and is like driving it, and then Nemesis Enforcer just like stops him, goes under, uses his elbow spike to like cut, and he goes like and then Nemesis Enforcer just so delicately and violently just scoops him up and then casts Snowjob aside, and he lands like he basically lands like the Rogue and Apocalypse meme.
Was just thinking that. Like,
Like,
oh, my
and I
juicy butt. Oh.
yeah, and I've all that moment always stuck out to
Did
me.
did Snowjob, also what a ridiculous name. Did Snowjob, did he come with that vehicle? I think he did, right?
No, he
No.
Snowjob no the Cross Country came with the Havoc, and Cross Country is the Joe from I think North Carolina who has a Confederate flag on his belt buckle.
Oop.
So they haven't made a cross country figure in a while. um, and then we get Pythona's like, well, clearly we need to get Serpentor out of jail. I'll hire you guys. And I like that Zartan is like mad, and like all the Dreadnoughts are kind of like, what the fuck is going on? Like, we're just here by the hour. And they're all also wearing like belly shirts, fur sleeves, but like
Oh, I
stomach
loved
out.
the Dreadnoks were my favorite as a kid. Like I loved the more Dreadnought centric episodes,
Oh
like when
yeah.
they like pose as the rock stars or
Yep. There
whatever.
they are. Right there.
Oh,
I got
yep,
their
yep.
action figure.
I like loved the Dreadnought. So, and I didn't remember them being more of the main Cobra-esque villains. Like in my brain, it was just the Cobra-La people, but I liked that the Dreadnoughts are kind of like,
Yeah. It's like Buzz Dixon was a very good problem solver of like, you know, I could just have all these characters do whatever the fuck they want. But he thinks like, no,
right, yeah.
they would
He
obviously
wrote
hire
it,
them.
yeah.
And uh what makes you think we're gonna like do anything for you? And she like just pulls out that huge ass gem,
Gem.
and then Zartan's like, a gem of that size answers all my questions. Gay. Okay.
Barb, I was like, oh, are they gonna name what it is? It like a specific? Nope, nope. It's
No,
just a gem.
no. They name a lot of other stuff and like it goes by fast, all this like carnal trees. Like they name all that stuff, but you have to listen.
I love that it's just, oh, that's a big giant fight. Like, what do you do with a big giant gem?
I mean, knowing like the dreadnoughts, they probably like cut it up into six pieces
True.
and just wear it on a chain. Or it probably powers a laser. The next scene, back at Joe headquarters, they're like, well, half, well, not half, like maybe 10% of the team is missing. We need to fast track the new recruits. And baby,
You fixing your dress
I know
before
it's
you
like we
introduce
got
the
it
new recruits. Like, oof.
because this has got to be clipped for Instagram. The rawhides, baby. So, well, first of all, third GI Joe boyfriend, I think number three, Hawk, General Hawk.
All right, all right,
I
all
mean,
right.
just he's got like the Commissioner Gordon energy of like
Yes, and you do
I'm
like
too
that. You do.
I'm too old for this, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's yeah, I like that. So Beachhead, the most MAGA Joe, right?
I was like, what is his problem with these people? He is so mad at them. He yells at Jinx for calling him sir. Like,
Yeah, it's just that it's that and surprise surprise a lot of like GI Joe fans like love Beachhead and it's like
yeah.
yeah because you guys are straight men and you come to it for that energy.
That yeah, yeah. Because I was like, these people could have died in training the way he's like, that was a real bomb? Are you
That was
kidding?
a real bump. Yeah. Like, yeah. So we meet them. They're all lined up except for Falcon, who Big Lob was like, I don't know. He said he had a bunch of stuff to do. Go on a date, wallpaper his, visit his tailor, wallpaper his Foot Locker, weird stuff. Love.
I did not. Okay, so there's a couple things about this. One, Jinx and Tunnel Rat were my fucking favorites as a kid. Like I thought, and Tunnel Rat was. I do have two GI Joe boyfriends in this. Tunnel Rat was my main. I Tunnel Rat and Jinx were in everything I played with my GI Joes. I always
Oh yeah.
used those figures.
Oh yeah.
Um, I also didn't fucking remember that Falcon was new. In my head,
Yeah.
Falcon, Duke, and Flint were just like the three guys that had always been there.
Yeah. No, so he is new, but his whole thing is very weird because he outranks Duke,
Yes, I had to read
which
about that because
is
he says it. He
he
says it
says
in
I'm
one
pulling
scene,
rank,
pulling rank, and I was like,
which
"Aren't you
is
new?"
which is again like a weird thing of well they made the toy they just made him a green beret and a O2 or whatever his rank is and they just
Oh, like he was
and
already
then
made.
yeah so and then when it comes time to the movie it's like the people doing the movie were like well he needs to be like the Han Solo but a real asshole he needs to be because Don Johnson's gonna do his voice, so he needs to be, and so they therefore have to make him like a young, rough upstart. But it's like you don't get to have that rank while
No.
also being I my head canon with two ends canon uh, is that he's new to GI Joe. So he's been around in the army doing army stuff, but he's in the rawhides because he just transferred over to GI Joe. So Duke outranks him as a Joe.
I did read what I would because I looked that up because I was like, wait, why did that guy just say I'm pulling rank when clearly Duke is yelling at him as a boss?
Yeah, and
And
he's
I
also
looked it up.
older.
Yeah, and I looked it up and it did say that. It was like, but he is new to the Joes, which is a
Yeah.
different ranking
It
system.
is like, you got to be special. You got to be good at like basketballs or dogs or ninjas. You have to do a real specialized thing. Uh, so then we get all the training montage, which is just icon after icon. Just my favorite. They're all right
Beachhead is like
here,
mad at them for doing good.
which
Like,
makes me love him even more that he's just such a dick to them. And they are not plucked.
they are not.
They,
They're like, we got this. I'm good.
Yeah, it's so good. The like first one up is Tunnel Rat and Big Lob, and basically their whole thing is just ring that bell, but they have to run through an obstacle course that Beachhead has set up with flames, guns,
Guns.
grenades. And I love Tunnel Rat's whole thing is basically tunnels. He's like, "Well, I'm good at tunnels. There's a tunnel.
There's a tunnel. I'm good.
I'm
Like,
set." I
Seems
love
like
that.
Beachhead set him up to win, even though he was mad he
It's like,
got
oh,
one.
well, all of our training areas have tunnels.
Yeah.
God darn it. Someone block off that tunnel.
And
Put a
man, Big Lob's dialogue is roof in all of
love
this.
it. I love it. The goal line is insane. It's
The
camp. It's Batman, man. It's Batman
and the
66.
and the third person of it all.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's like, big lob cuts across the. So many. I don't know anything about sports, and a lot I learned about sports I learned from Big Lob dialogue. Then I loved, then next we get Law and Order, who seemingly are in a completely different climate, but I guess it's just like an area that they have set up that's like Vietnam on base or something.
Well, once it was a real bomb, I was like, did they actually go to a
Go
place where
somewhere.
someone planted a bomb?
Yeah, Joe's crazy. Uh, so I like that. I like that Beachhead respects law because he's like the military police. Like
Yeah,
he's the straight laced one, but still chill.
and hates that part.
Yeah, and I love that he's just like, hey, Donata, voiced by Ron Ortiz. I did look up because I was like, if this is not a Latinx person doing this accent,
I didn't. Your Puerto Rican guest did not fucking remember him being Latin. I was like, wait, he has an accent?
yeah.
Dude, I didn't know that. I didn't remember that. I had that figure. I don't remember that at all.
Well, no, I mean, because it isn't really. I think his like last name is Levine.
Oh,
But I mean, hey, G.I. Joe loves diversity,
they do. They do.
and if a character is of a nationality, the voice actor is also bizarrely of that nationality, and they don't have to be, and they did, and I appreciate that.
Those Joes are DEI liberal cocks.
They are DEI Antifa. Like I want to make a GI Joe shirt that is DEI Antifa with the Star Stripe. But yeah, no, he has the bomb. Order brings the bomb back, and he like throws it, and it's like he finds the bomb. I drive the car. We tried it the other way, didn't work.
And Beachhead is so annoyed about it. He's like, the dog can't go and get the bomb. And it's like, yeah, the fucking dog can because he just got it. Like,
But so that the animation in this sequence is so good, especially the Jinx one. Like when Beachhead just picks up the bomb and throws it, it is this like fluid.
yeah.
Oh, I clearly shouldn't be throwing things. It's really really. It feels like it's rotoscoped, like it took like live footage and they animated over it. Maybe I don't know. Chuckles.
Okay, Barb, I was like, this man has not talked this whole movie. And then I looked it up and it was he has no lines in the movie.
He doesn't
But that his
talk.
G.I. Joe card is like he's a smooth talker, even though he
Yeah,
says no
yeah.
lines.
He is a spy. He's a spy that does not talk. Which again, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I guess if Buzz writing it is like, I'm writing dialogue for 103 characters. If I can skimp on one,
Well, and
just
I do feel like that was common in cartoon. I mean, X-Men, the original X-Men and Batman would do it, where it's
yeah,
like, yeah, that character's there. They have zero lines because we have a small budget. We do not have room for another
yeah.
voice actor.
So Chuckles' whole thing is he is in a havoc again, and he's locking onto his tank to blow it up. It misfires, it doesn't work, so he just
I
gets
love that
out,
you know all the names.
pulls. Well, in my depressive state, I have found a lot of these at antique and thrift stores. So
I love that.
feel good about that. I feel good about that. He just gets the missile off and just chucks it. I love it. This is great.
I was like, wait, what? Oh, okay. He's picking it up and throwing it. Oh, sure.
But then we get the Jinx section, which is like the first real bit of character
Yes.
interaction in this movie. And it's so good.
I was gonna say, like, I know that I'm like ragging on this a lot, but I do think that Jinx stuff, it felt like Jinx, and I mean maybe I'm stretching because I loved her so much as a kid. Like I always felt like her and Jubilee were like the younger team members that I really liked as a kid.
Yeah.
And they were like kind of spunky and had like different outfits. I felt like all the Jinx stuff, one, her voice actor was like one of the better voice actors.
Oh yeah. God, so
Um,
good.
like I felt like that voice actor was like actually like, oh, I'm gonna put effort into
Yeah.
this
So what
character.
the intonation of things, like as my blind
Yeah.
ninja master used to say, the keenest eye is that which looks like, damn.
And listen, especially back then, usually a character like that would have had such an offensive voice
Yeah.
actor. Like,
She honestly has like a Jubilee accent. Like she sounds
yeah,
like does Mall Babe eat chili fries?
yeah. And like, even the animation for her, for that scene, I thought was really good. Like, I liked the dojo. And when he's like beating her up, it's kind of brutal when she's
Yeah.
like, and then she's like, great, I'm putting on the blindfold. And now
The
I'm going to
one-
kick your ass.
And then like the moment of like where she like takes the what do they call it, pummel, whatever,
What the hell they're called?
pugil sticks, or and she like snaps it over her knee, like in like so good.
It was very Daredevil.
Yeah, oh, so good. And then what's Falcon up to? Well, Falcon are one of the highest ranking Joes is on a date at Serpentor's prison. Love it. Now,
I,
what do we think about Falcon?
once I
What did we
realized
think as a kid, and what do we think as an adult?
Falcon was my favorite of the leaders.
Exactly.
Because right, he then becomes like one of the leaders,
Well,
kind
well,
of.
I mean, this is his only appearance, and then the next time we see him, he's a drug addict. In the early '90s, there's the anti-drug
Excuse me?
episode. There's the anti-drug two-parter, where GI Joe and Cobra team up to fight drugs.
Wait a minute.
And Falcon is the one that is addicted to the weird powder in a satchel.
Falcon doesn't become a regular character?
Well, the show ends after this. That's the other gag that gives it,
Oh.
because Sumbo was going to do a season 3, but then Deke, who in the animation world in the '80s, the nickname was Do It Cheaper. They came in and underbid Sunbow, so the license went over to Deke, and so Sunbow never got to do more.
But wait, but then did Deke put out more episodes or no?
And then Deke did 2 more seasons. And when Falcon shows up, he's a member of the Sonic Fighters, because this is 1991, I think, at the time. And so he's in his like gray and black, weird Tetris camo thing, and he's addicted to drugs, to glitter cocaine, I think.
That's wild. Man, I don't
Yeah.
remember shit about G.I. Joe. I think because I played it so much that like the canon in my head is very, and but I read the
Well,
Marvel comics too, and I really liked those at the time.
yeah. Well, that's the other thing that people see. People also get mad about this movie because it like breaks the canon in their head of who Cobra Commander is and things like that. And it's like, which canon? Like the file cards, the action figures, the cartoon, everything is different. It's very much pick and choose your own thing and have fun.
Because he's like a used car salesman, right? And like
Yeah, and
every
I don't like
yeah.
that. I don't like
Um, I yeah, that's wild. I really thought Falcon was like the leader. I don't
No.
know.
I love Falcon as a kid. As an adult, I do see where he is kind of a sex pest. Kind of. I don't know. Yeah. I do like that. Duke comes in and sees it. He's on a date.
Also insane that this man is a high-ranking official and doesn't seem to know those rules.
What he accused, like he says to Duke, like, and you're like basically too strict on protocol. Like Falcon's like, well, I know it's like against the rules, but it's like,
One of those
we all
no
bring
biggies.
girls with cameras into top secret.
That he clearly
I-
did not verify who this woman was. It wasn't like a second or third date. It was a first date.
Heather. Well, her license plate did say Heather, so that's kind of as good as a passport. No.
That is true.
I do like how mad Duke is when he's like, "Is she brought a camera?" It's realism. And then he says like, "Jinx, get rid of her." And I love like the catty back and forth between Zorana and Jinx.
And Jinx is like, "Oh, I had a date with him too." I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, she's like, which I'm glad that she says that, because it does. It doesn't excuse Falcon slapping her
But
on
it
the ass
makes
later.
more sense.
But it does, like, okay, well, they have
It could have been intimate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like
So then we find out this is Zorana she goes to, and this is straight guys love this scene, obviously. Zorana goes to take a dip in a lake. Which is also weird that
why was
What
she
was-
doing yeah.
well, he's like, what was the plan? Is like, she's like, well, obviously, I'm going to take a dip in the lake. You better not show up for another 30 minutes, because I need to get my laps in. And then they show up anyway. I don't know. Um, and I do like that Thrasher, the green-haired Dreadnought, like tries to hit on her. She like throws him, then he lands on top of the sea monster that comes up. It's great. I love it.
A lot of things happening.
Yeah,
She
that's
gets
the
undressed. She has that blue bikini underneath that she just
mm,
puts her costume on top of.
which I'm going. I need to make that figure. The like blue floral bikini with like the pink leather backer jacket on top. That's good. I love that.
Yeah, yeah. You
Uh,
do need to make that.
yes, I'm going to. And then we get the jailbreak. Because they took the film in my camera, but not in my earring. All the lines in this movie are just
Because also, why would you bring the camera then? Because the camera is so obvious. It's like, well, if they're
yeah.
new earrings, wear two of those earrings and you're good. You don't need to bring a
Well,
camera and get
but
yourself
like
kicked out.
the camera, like it's like a Trojan horse or whatever. It's like, well,
Yeah, yeah.
obviously he's not going to look any further because the camera's right there. Like, what the fuck? And she's so good at covert things. Then the jailbreak, which again, another scene that I love, where this is the intercut between Falcon is hitting on Jinx, and she does say, "I'm allergic to baloney," which I love because he's just saying bullshit. She's like, "I'm allergic to be."
He really is.
She slams the thing and almost like takes his head off. Love that. And then it is Nemesis Enforcer versus Alpine Bazooka and Gung Ho, and my heart breaks for them. It's just, and I get this might just be whatever a good version of Stockholm syndrome is, where I'm just like really attached to these characters now. But like when Gung Ho is like splicing to try and get the alarm to sound because it was cut, and Bazooka runs, and he's like, "Gung Ho, watch out!" And it's like, "Oh man, Bazooka, you're not." He just gets backhanded, and it's like, "Oh, Bazooka, my heart breaks."
And this was a scene when I thought, oh wow, everyone's just a guy with a different gun. Like
Mhm. Yeah, I mean,
this monster is kicking all of their asses because no one has any special
no,
powers.
no, yeah, that's where this comes. Like, it seems like X-Men most of the time until
Right.
an actual like super being is dropped in, and then it's like, well, fuck.
What are we supposed to
Whoops.
do now?
I mean, to me, he had a bazooka, right? He could have just blasted, but he was near gung ho. I don't know.
Understandably,
And
might want to not shoot it inside.
right, yeah. And then Alpine jumps on. He's like, keep splicing. I just love like there's a brotherhood and
Yeah.
like a good like brotherhood like vibes with. I just love them so much, and they all get put in traction.
Yes.
Um, and then peace out with Serpentor. Just like
I would say then he just leaves because then they're like, only those three men were hurt. And it's like, oh, just those three. All right.
yeah, then bye. And they go. They don't got to do it. They're going to fuck them up later. Then there's Victory and Cobra-La, which is where we did start seeing the Cobra-La like vehicles and this shit. And as a horror person, I feel like you have to appreciate how fucking weird all this shit is.
I don't write. I wrote the line down, but I didn't put who said it, and I forget. It's one of the Joes that is captured, and he's like, "Even their Air Force is ugly." And I was
Yeah,
like,
Roadblock. Yeah,
"That sounds like I
even
love
their
that."
Air Force is ugly. Like it's great because this is like basically like a flying
Bug
bladder
thing? Oh yeah,
with
yeah. I guess yeah.
and like the way that you enter and exit is like these little like open the door and here are the people kind of like, like
Everything is like gross, but not gross because they like paint it so it's like
it's pink,
colorful and yeah, it's
it's
not.
bright
But like,
green.
right, I feel like if this were a live action movie, like you said, this would be horror. This would be like Freddy Krueger's dungeon.
Yeah, yeah, which when this is where I love Cobra-La because after 95 episodes of them also fighting Cobra who also have guns, this is an actual threat that like feels
Yes.
elevated for a movie because it's like, what the hell do you do with giant slugs? That have
Right, right.
spikes.
Bugs are keys to unlock the gates. Like, what do you do with that?
They're partying. We meet Globulus, voiced by the Penguin voice actor, or the Penguin '60s, Burgess Meredith. And then I wrote down that like it's so weird because Dr. Mindbender, like Cobra's out of the jails now. They've passed the
They're
test or
good.
whatever. I was like, Destro and Mindbender are just there at this regal thing with people they just met, and they're both shirtless, basically. Like, Destro has the deep V all the way down to the gold chain, and then I was like, that's weird. But then I was like, Globulus is wearing a crab armor belly shirt, so like, what? And everyone looks crazy.
with one shoulder pad.
Yeah, and like a little like, and he's also jacked. I'm like,
I I did not remember that that man voiced him, and it's so funny because that voice is what I like. That is the Penguin voice,
mm-hmm.
and so every time he talked, I'm like, that voice shouldn't look like that. That voice should look
Yeah.
the weird like.
Which it's so everything about it is bizarre because so his name is Globulus because he was originally supposed to be like a glob. He was supposed to be like a big rotund Jabba the Hutt kind of guy who would
Oh.
at the end of the movie would be surprisingly agile. And then they just designed a jacked
Is that why he's in that thing? The thing that he's in?
well, because originally he was fat and he got carried around by, I'm assuming, equally jacked
Okay.
manservants. Like it took me until I was a 41, 42-year-old adult to realize that at this point, this is a movie about Cobra Commander and Falcon. And this right here ties it together because their trials occur at the same time, intercut. And I don't know why I
So
never
weird.
realized that. I never realized that. But it is like they both start out as very like vain, selfish, not good at their jobs. They're both put through a crucible and they come out very different. The Cobra Commander comes out a hero in the end. I will spoilers. I don't know.
I
Which trial
also,
would you rather have?
I mean, like for me, I mean,
Yeah, which one?
I guess the GI Joe trial because the Cobra-La trial, Globulus says like, "Oh, we're having a trial because we're civilized people," and then halfway through is like, "The trial's over. You're guilty."
Yeah, yeah. It's an acolyte trial. This
Yeah.
Exodus might as well be there.
I was like, "So this
Uh,
was all just for your like to put on your show." This was like
Drama. They're all drama queens. I love it.
because wait. So also, I need to point out when he's like halfway through his speech and Pythona takes over, I was like, ooh, they rewrote this and they could not get him to come back and record it. So they
Okay.
were like, well, whoever we paid very little to be Pythona, she
She was
will
a
do the
voice.
rest of
She's
this.
like a respected voice actress. So like she's like, well, this is what I do. I am a voice
Right.
actor.
And I'm sure his contract was like, this is how many lines I'm saying.
She's like, I was there for one day.
Yeah.
Also, the voice actress who does Pythona also does Irma from Ninja Turtles.
Oh, huh.
So
I thought her voice sounded familiar, but I didn't look her up. But I remember thinking,
yeah.
like, oh, she probably. So I feel like, especially this era, a lot of people did a lot of the same
Oh yeah.
cartoons.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like Duke is Cyclops's voice and all that,
Okay.
in the Kitty Proud of the X-Men. I love in Falcon's trial is pretty dramatic. I do like that Tunnel Rat's first thing is like they're all like listen, he's like, are they gonna shoot
To
Falcon?
shoot him. Yeah.
I'm like, no, this is just a hearing. Not yet.
The
And
outcome, his trial was weird. Because I felt like we were trying to make it a serious, like, army
what was
trial.
well, I mean, Hawk was mad. Hawk
Yeah.
was
Well,
big. Yeah, he was like, we looked through your records trying to find anything redeeming. Nothing. Like,
because I
oh,
also kept reminding myself, this is a high-ranking official. They are acting like this man is a cadet.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
and
and
but I
Jared,
meant
they
the outcome of his trial is why it's like so goofy. Like, all right, well now you're going with Sergeant Slaughter.
yeah, now you're going to the slaughterhouse. Well, because he was going to be court-martialed, then Duke steps up and is like, he's my half brother, which as a kid blew my mind. Just what? The most serious Joe and then the non-serious? How? Loved it. And then Falcon is just an absolute asshole to him. And it's just like,
Yes.
get out of my life. Like, jeez.
Again, not acting like he is a higher rank.
Like, what is, I mean, well, clearly he's got demons. We know from the future drug addiction. Like, he's got some demons to work out. Um, Smash cut to Cobra Commander's trial, which involves him being stuck in a giant clam. And he's in there because it opens up and he's in
And
it. And
his
it's just
yeah,
like,
his like arms and hands are like in the thing.
but this is where we get the backstory of Cobra-La. And I don't care. I love it. I love all of it. I love
I
Cobra
did.
Commander
They
being
lost.
a
They lost
nobleman.
me about halfway through. I was like, "Ooh, there's a lot of story happening." He's
Sure,
saying
that's
like
cool.
300,000 years or something like that.
Well, it's
Like
only 40,
40.
40,000.
Right.
And then
40,000.
the Ice Age came, just ruined the party.
Uh,
God, ugh. And then it became the time of the, oh, what they say, man, primates?
something like
Barbarians or
that.
something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. And then they
Um,
then they like got brains.
I do like Baroness gets in a catty moment where they're like, and then they evolved, and she like is like,
Not
some
all of
of looks
them.
like some of them didn't evolve, and the dreadnoks are literally like
Like
doing like
picking their
monkey,
nose
like
and their ears.
yeah, like
Yeah.
they're doing what the primates are doing on the screen. Great. Um, and then I love that basically like Cobra Commander's defense is it isn't my fault. Everyone else is an idiot. They're all stupid. Well, you should be. And I love that they like show Zartan is getting angry. Zartan's like, you are besmirching my reputation.
Because to be fair, I'm like, it made me feel, I did feel a little bad for Cobra Commander that he was so like everyone, no one was like, I got
Yeah.
your back. They all were like, fuck you. But also, he is really bad at his job.
Well, I mean, well, when they determine that he is guilty and they fly him out and they throw this is horrifying. Like this is like child scar memories of like they throw him down on the ground and the nemesis enforcer just comes holding what looks like a rotted cabbage. And then Chris Latta's voice acting as Cobra Commander, the way that he just is at a 10, he's just like, that's
It's
was it's so good.
it's too
It's
much.
like
It's too much, Barb.
I no, it's but it like it sells the like holy like what the fuck are the spores? And then you see them and you're like, well, I don't like the spores.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't
I
really
don't
know what
want the
this is, but I
spores.
don't like it.
No, thank you, spores. No, thank you, spores. Because it turned him into a snake man, and he's
Also,
already got a bunch of
and
eyes,
it's the
which I
first time
love.
we've seen him outside of his
Without his
uniform, right?
mask on
Yeah.
in the cartoon, and they have established that every time he takes off, and there are people that are like, well, then, how come when he's wearing his hood, you can see that he has
Yeah.
like skin color around? And it's like, well, I don't know. How come there are episodes where he's wearing his metal helmet and holding a giant turkey leg that has a bite out of it? Like, it's a cartoon. It's supposed to be ridiculous. Um, yeah, and then they toss Cobra Commander in with the Joes to show them basically like, hey, this is what you guys have to look forward to, which is fucked up.
And then a fun detail is they use a weird beetle to unlock the gate.
Yeah, it's just everything is crazy. Everything's just like here's a little like beetle, and it opens up the weird gate
It's
of tentacles
very
and tusks.
it's very goofy. It's also a little bit Rick and Morty. Like I feel like Rick and Morty does that a lot.
Okay. The influence has spread. We get to the slaughterhouse, which again, people are also everyone is being mean to Falcon. Everyone was mean to Cobra Commander. Everyone's mean to Falcon. So, you know.
So Slaughterhouse is where we have my second GI Joe crush.
Obviously. Well, this is where we meet three rough. One of them is also one of my crushes.
Oh, is it the same? No, yours is
Well,
going to be
no.
the bald guy with the beard, right?
Yes.
Yes. Do you know which one mine's going to be?
Oh God, Red Dog or Mercer? The one with the flat top or the one with
Mercer.
the football? Yeah.
Mercer.
Well, so the way that Mercer is introduced, like Falcon is thrown out of a helicopter and is basically just like said like peace out, just
Like
fuck you.
literally, I was like,
Yeah.
he died.
God, lift ticket, and then he like falls. He gets the knife to stop from going off a cliff, and then the knife is kicked out of his hand, and then the camera pans up to a like slow, loving shot of like between Mercer's legs, wearing jeans so tight that you can see like the the ass cheek
I
indentation.
I played a lot with that action figure, let me tell you.
Which again is like There is so much gay appeal in G.I. Joe. I am sorry, straight bros.
I Barb, rewatching this and talking about G.I. Joes, I can't believe how much I remember. I was 4. How do I remember all this shit? Like, I remember those as the new characters. Like, those dudes and Jinx. In my mind, they all trained with Sergeant Slaughter, and that, like, the plot of this was very wishy-washy in my head of what I
Which is, yeah.
remembered. But, like, I remembered these as the new Joes, because I remember Mercer. Not that I remember having a crush, but he was the one that I was drawn to play with the most of those figures.
Why? He's an ex-Cobra. So we got Mercer, ex-Cobra
Bad
Viper, who's seen the
guy.
light. We got Red Dog, who was kicked out of professional football for unnecessary roughness. And then he bites his baton like it's a turkey. And then Taurus, an ex-acrobat with a few bats in his belfry.
It was such a weird intro. Also, was this the start of Sergeant Slaughter being part of the X-Men, or was he
No,
already?
the X-Men. I love that.
Oh God.
It's all the same, baby. It's all superheroes. Now he's in season 2, and he's kind of introduced the same way, where like the Joes need someone to whip him into shape, and they bring in Sergeant Slaughter, and then he's in a bunch of episodes. Sergeant Slaughter. I mean, as a
Yeah.
kid, like it was like, oh, okay, he's also like it was. It's It's an interesting bit of synergy.
It's a very weird crossover because I also remember him, the actor, the person, he would like host Saturday morning cartoons sometimes, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and
He did
like,
intros for GI Joe and stuff too. Yeah. So
yeah. And like, it was a weird crossover because like, clearly Sergeant Slaughter is not his name. That is his alias. So it is weird that the character that he formed as a wrestler was able
uh-huh.
to also be usually like that. Like
Ex-
if it was the actor, that would make sense. Oh, well, that's his real name and he's just doing himself. He does
yeah.
himself wrestling. He does himself on GI Joe. But like I actually thought of this. I know with Elvira, the reason she made so much
Ah.
money is because they did not pay her well. She owned all the rights to Elvira. Like that was her like deal. And that's how she
Yeah.
became so fucking rich and famous because then she started selling Elvira merch and she owned the Elvira character. So I'm wondering if
It's the
Sergeant
same.
Slaughter was the same thing.
Yep. Because Hasbro, like, they have to announce we've re-upped our license, like, like
Yeah.
that was a big thing at this past San Diego Comic Con. If Sergeant Slaughter was there, they inducted him into the G.I. Joe Hall of
Oh.
Fame, which is a thing. Um, he seems, and then he, of course, has the line "itty bitty ditty bag." I'll send you home in an itty bitty ditty bag. Like, love it. Just another one of those.
I did read that Diddy is like a army shorthand for I forget. Do it.
It's like a duffel bag. It's like an itty
It's
bitty.
it is something. It is something like a commonly used army term. I don't know.
Yeah. And now, so I love this movie, and I do think that it is perfect. And it is in my letterboxd four. But the the energy, and again, obviously, the energy of the Renegades is where it is like, oh, ugh.
Yeah, it's very very of the time heterosexual
Yeah.
like we're bad boys.
But also like the three of them. I mean, like Taurus is wearing tights and a speedo, and he only attacks men by wrapping his legs around their Black Widow style. He does it to a Cobra Viper. He does it to Destro. He does it to someone else too. It's just okay, but it's. I remember as a kid being like this. These scenes like haunted me as a child of just like, oh my god, what? Ugh, basic training. Like, ugh.
Not us. Not us.
No. Because my thing is like, when at the beginning, when Beachhead's running basic training and Tonorad's like calls him sweetheart, like they're all smarting off to him, and I'm like, that's my energy.
Like
This
Sergeant
is
Slaughter
what
might have
I
killed them if they did that.
yeah, and I'm like, no, 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 no. Uh,
There is a at my gym, the trainer that I have that I love, he's very like relaxed stoner dude. The boss is a former drill sergeant and he runs his classes like that. And I am the like 3 times I've ended up having to work out with that man, I am such a bitch because it's him just yelling. And I'm like, if you're talking to me like that, I don't want to do anything. So like,
No. So like when I was in marching band my junior year of high school and I was in the bass line, I was the fourth bass of five because I was the fourth tallest, which shows how. And they hired a separate guy to be the percussion like director. And one day he tried to make us do like push-ups and try to like inject a lot of that arm and like now, so like I was just like,
band.
I think I left and got in my car. I was like, I'm not doing this. No. I will say the bass drum in front of me it is my drag mom.
Oh, well, I love
We
that.
went to high school together and we both became drag queens. Anyway, yes, marching band.
I love that.
Yeah, and so then we get the Cobra-La escape attempt where this is where Roadblock and Cobra Commander become the team supreme. I love this. I love it so much.
This was like one of the things I specifically remembered from this movie.
Yeah. It is when Nemesis Enforcer comes and he's got a handful of spores. These people love spores. He throws them. And I love Cobra Commander's like, oh, don't look! Like he's like, ah. And then Roadblock blinded, still manages to elbow Nemesis Enforcer in the back. And I'm like, oh yes, work. Love it.
Man, I gotta say, I know you might not like this. Roadblock and Cobra Commander together, though, felt like a voice acting duo from hell because it was like we're doing so much
Well,
so differently.
it's all their tricks.
Yeah.
It's we're juggling, you know? Uh I mean, like Cobra Commander's most iconic catchphrase, I was once a man. I was once a man. Which, if that doesn't just run through my head on a 9 to 5 on a daily basis of the current state of my life, Cobra Commander is a mood for 2026. Ugh.
And I like that even
Ugh.
Roadblock is like, shut up. You have said that so many
Yes,
times.
he starts like
Yeah.
strangling him, and then his faceplate comes off, and then he's like, "I see your faceplate. Oh God!" Like I was once a man. So good. Um, and then we get the raid on the Terrordrome with a little bit of an interstitial before that of like, well, they're wondering where the BET is. Baroness finds it. We don't see her infiltrate and like find. We just see like she runs out of where the BET is, and it's like obviously Baroness is gonna find it, guys.
I really was like, did I miss something? When it was
No,
just like, she's just running out. She got it. We're
it's
good.
similar to in Winter Soldier, where all of a sudden they just have Jasper Sitwell, or like it's there's a lot of things in that movie where it's just like we don't need to see Falcon go get his wings, like he
Yeah,
can just
yeah,
show
yeah.
up with them. We get it, and so I like that this movie is like they're never gonna find it, and then Baroness just runs out like psych.
It's almost like that
uh,
SpongeBob meme where it's like 2 hours later, and then it's Baroness running out with it.
Yeah, she's fine. She got it. And then we get the raid on the Terradrome, which is the other sequence that Larry Houston did. And I think you can tell because there are some shots in this that I think are just gorgeous. Uh, they basically like Roblox. The Roblox team hasn't been seen, and Flint's team has like no. Everyone keeps going to the Himalayas and getting lost.
The the plotting is very weird.
Well, I mean, like it's taken me 40 years to really map it all out. It's kind of like Return of the Jedi. What was Luke Skywalker's plan? Get everyone to Jabba's palace and then fingers crossed. They they send them to the Terradrome basically to be like, what is Cobra doing? Can you find out literally anything?
And also Flint is like, well, if we're real men, we won't bring weapons. And Slaughter is like,
Oh,
great
Fal
idea. Or
Yeah,
Falcon, yeah.
yeah, Falcon, but then everyone is mad at him. Like, what the fuck, dude?
And I'm like,
So
but they
good.
could die. Like,
They fix it immediately. They get
they
in
do.
there and they grab a bunch of guns. They load up like cable and go to town. But the one shot of they all get so like all of their like personal boats like going up and like docking at the and it's like night and then like they start
Yeah.
climbing up the ladder and the shot of them all silhouetted with like their shadows cast around the Terradrome barrel like it's so good. And then how do they sneak in? Well, Taurus does it legs first by like coming out of frame, dropping in, wrapping his spandex clad legs around that viper's neck and just pulling him all up. Like, God damn, Jesus Christ. Certain things just stick with you your entire life.
Cut to next
And then we
scene, and
get,
you and I are smoking cigarettes. Like,
oh God. And then we get, yeah, like we get a fight. We get a lot of fighting, a lot of guns. Sergeant Slaughter like just chucks machinery at him. How strong is he? Who
I was
knows?
gonna say it's like he has super strength in this, which
Yeah,
I could
he
absolutely see Sergeant Slaughter saying, "My character has super strength."
yeah, now yeah. It's kind of like yeah, The Rock and Vin Diesel. It's like we never lose a fight, especially
Yeah.
to each other. Uh
God.
so then Falcon tries to radio out. He never does. And that is why the Joes are caught with their pants down in the next scene. I actually rewound and was like, oh yeah, no, he was sent like get a message out. Cobra-La, they're coming to get the BET. Tell them he doesn't because Serpentor gets him and then beats him bloody, which is crazy for a weekday
We
afternoon
never
cartoon.
we never see blood on that. We usually don't see blood on this.
No, and there is so it's just like oozy. And I did like the fact of like Serpentor's like you can't hold out forever, and he's like no, I only got to hold out for 5 more minutes. Beep beep, and then the one thing that does make me like Sergeant Slaughter is they all get out and they're like, he's like, where's Falcon? Red Dog's like, who cares? And then Sergeant Slaughter's like, we all go home or nobody goes home. And I appreciate that.
All right, all right,
I like that. I like that wins me over on Sergeant Slaughter. I think he's a softie.
all right.
Maybe, I don't know. And then they go back and they get him. Sergeant Slaughter gets his ass handed to him by Nimbus's enforcer, which he gets the tentacle thing on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would not like I would imagine those things feel terrible.
Oh yeah. I think yeah, everything in Cobra-La feels awful.
Yeah.
And then we get the battle for the BET, and this is where all of the slugs just come. Not the battle for BET, which is probably a prestige drama about cable in the 90s. I don't know. This is yeah, this is just like all the slugs are coming. They're trying to get the BET at the Joe headquarters. No, this is a civilian compound. So this is like a town somewhere and it just gets destroyed by all these monsters and like pterodactyl things that shoot spaghetti. I just love it. I love it so much. And then my favorite part is, of course, where the rawhides get into a tomahawk and they pilot it, and Chuckles gets on the roof and like does the thing. And then it gets knocked down, and then Jinx says one of the lines that I've always remembered. The first one who says anything about me being bad luck gets a knuckle massage. Great.
I do feel like even her lines were written a little better than a lot of the others. Like it
Yeah,
felt
she's great.
like yeah. Because God, Falcon had said earlier that she was bad luck, and that's like
Yeah,
and I think
and then
even
this is
Beachhead says
the
that when he walks in, he's like, I heard you were bad luck.
yeah. So then we get the final showdown of Serpentor versus Falcon because the Renegades have showed up because apparently the Terrordrome, which was on an island, is very close to the GI Joe's desert headquarters.
I was gonna say, yeah, as it felt like
The geography, who knows? And then we get Serpentor trying to kill Falcon by throwing a snake at his heart, and Duke steps in, and Duke gets a snake through the heart, and so much blood. Just
yeah, I was reading about that, about how like he actually was supposed to die. I
mhm.
tried to listen because I read trivia that was like one, I think it was like Larry Hama or maybe Larry Houston said like, oh, if you turn it up the volume really high, you can hear that it still sounds like he's dying. And they like
Oh.
that still is there, but I did not know what they're talking about because I
No, and so like this is another thing that Larry Houston pointed out was like when they were told that Duke was going to die, the storyboard artists were like, "Okay, cool. So like what is Scarlett's story in this movie?" And they're like, "Scarlett who? Like she's oh, that figure? It isn't in stores. Well, we don't care. Don't ask about questions about Scarlett." And then all of the storyboard directors are like, "Well, we've just spent 65 episodes establishing them as a couple. So if he dies, what is she doing? And that is why they like with Buzz Dixon like forced her into that scene because that's our only scene in the movie. And again, this is what makes me love this movie. It's like they didn't have to do that. They could have just taken the orders, killed Duke. He just dies in Falcon's hands. So it's like, no, he is with Scarlet. And I love that. I love that moment. And he is actually in a coma. He is not dead. Um, Now the
But
script. Oh no,
yes, yeah.
the shooting script or the script that Buzz wrote has is still he dies and it has his funeral scene, which if it had been in the movie is maybe the most insane thing they could have done. And that says something, obviously. In the original script, at G.I. Joe headquarters, basically they put Duke in a floating coffin all the Joes surround him and then shoot their lasers and they like basically it's like shoots like a stream, it's like a constant stream of laser. So they all form a grid of lasers that the coffin then falls into, getting like sliced into cubes and disintegrating by the lasers. And then they go like Cobra-La. Like, what the fuck? It's like that is insane. That is too far. No. Yeah, and then we get the Joes move out. The Rawhides are like, well, we can't go because we're like kids or whatever. It's really dumb that they don't let them go. Everyone gets caught because they got them trees that'll gobble you up, as Roblox says. And that's when our underdogs take the fight to Cobra-La. And who is the one that saves all the Joes by crashing a little helicopter thing into a tree? Big Lob. Most important G.I. Joe of the movie. He
It is
scores a
what
slam dunk.
I was gonna say, like he like in third person talks about how he did it, and like it is just wild that he doesn't get a figure. This whole movie is made 4 new figures, and he does not get one.
He finally does, and I have them both back there. Uh, Yeah, and then basically it's all crescendoing like Roadblock and Cobra Commander find you to roll like literally just like roll into Flint and Lifeline and all of them, and Cobra Commander leads them to Cobra-La, et cetera, et cetera. And then then Globulus is basically like, oh bitch, you want to see us level up? Our entire kingdom is a weapon. Everything comes to life, and it's creepy as hell.
Yeah, and this I gotta say, this is one of those battles also where it was just like too much noise. There was like too many things.
Well, there's a lot going on
There's a lot
because
going on at once.
they all the Joes got freed, and so now they're just running around everywhere.
Yeah, it's a lot.
There are really good little moments in it. Like I really like there's a moment where Flint and Lady J both like punch people, and they like because they're Flint and Lady J are just a couple I care about. They're the Gambit and Rogue of G.I. Joe, as far as
I
I'm
didn't
concerned.
remember
I
them.
love them.
I remembered Scarlet and Duke being a couple. I didn't remember Lady J and Flint. Huh.
Yeah, they're great. I love them. I love them so much. And then we basically kind of get like the end of the movie. The pods are in space. The BET is on. The time worm is ticking. Everything in this is what like everything in the movie could just be normal, but instead it's crazy. That's the
Yes.
movie. I love it. We kind of get like the Joes all start trying to get to the main BET thing. They all peel off one by one. Chuckle stops to bazooka a bunch of slugs. Hawk then stops to basically it's like him versus two giant spiders. Okay. Sergeant Slaughter like whaps a giant praying mantis in the head with his rifle. Great.
It's weird that like Tunnel Rat and Chuckles don't really do much.
No,
And
but
again, going back to the fact that they were there because they wanted to make figures, it's weird that like
Chuck Tunnel Rat does get a moment in the when they're stealing the BET where one of the slugs comes and he's like shooting and he falls backwards into the worm. And then you see what the inside of one of those worms looks like, which is like a bunch of slimy kiddie pools. And then the next thing you see is from the outside the worm then getting a hole ripped out of him and then Tunnel Rat runs out of it cackling like a madman. And I love that moment. I was like, why is he laughing? I love it. Choices were made. And then we get the final battle of, one-on-one, Jinx versus Pythona, Serpentor versus Falcon, and Slaughter versus Nemesis Enforcer, the rematch. All really good. Pythona versus Jinx, obviously.
Yeah,
The
duh.
we love. And she puts the blindfold on, and basically she just like ducks, and Pythona jumps into the ravine.
I was gonna say, does she die? Like she falls off that ledge, and we're
Oh,
good.
that doesn't care. She's fine. She's fine. She knows her way. She probably lives down there.
None of them ever popped up again on the cartoon, right? Cobra-La
No,
people. Yeah.
not in the cartoons. Although in the Energon Universe cartoon coming out, they will be a part of it. I can guarantee probably. Um, Then the Nemesis Enforcer Sergeant Slaughter fight had the moment that like my cousins would always reenact of he body slams Nemesis Enforcer and they're just like, this one's for Duke. This one's for me. This one's
This
for the
one's for
US of it.
yeah, America. And it's like, oh god.
But yeah, in that moment, it's just like, okay, yep, this is. You got to give the straight something in a movie like
Something.
this.
Yes.
You got to give them something. And then Falcon basically does a Incredibles on Serpentor, just cape into the rotor, and he just phew, pops right out there like a little bug.
I thought Serpentor had like superpowers, but I guess not.
He's just strong. He's got them snakes.
Yeah, I mean he's
He's
got
got
those weird
he's got the
snakes.
power to make endless snakes.
All right. I mean that's a good power, I guess.
And then it is Falcon v. Globulus, and Globulus, Falcon jams the time worm into his eye, which the couple shots of like the eye after it's been gouged is gnarly.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised because I feel like G.I. Joe was always normally like I think you might have mentioned this in a recording recently, like, oh, the plane blew up, but we're seeing the parachute.
Yeah, they're fine. Everyone's fine. No, this
The
one
guns
was
were
like,
lasers.
we are
Like,
going
yeah.
to really fuck some people up. And then, oh, well, everyone's going to become a pod like monster person because they won. Globulus gets away. Oh no, Falcon's going to turn it up really hot and fry those babies in orbit. Boom. Love it. And it would work.
I mean, sure.
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah. Like if you pop popcorn for too long, it like burns.
I
What
lit
is more what is
Popper on
more
fire at the movie theater when I worked there.
what is more unbelievable though? Him frying the spores in orbit or the way that he gets out of Cobra-La. Well, the way he gets across that ravine. Where
That might be bad. Yeah.
I love it. So this is where I was like, Sergeant Slaughter is okay with my book because he's like on board. He's like, okay, cool. He takes his belt off, hands it to Jinx, and then just starts flinging her around like a skip it. And she's like, grab onto my ankles. And he does.
And he does.
Perfect.
Why not? Why
Perfect. Perfect. And then they save the day. Cobra-La is destroyed. And so is the G.I. Joe franchise for a little while. I mean, not really. Well, I don't know. I don't think
not?
so.
So I read that the reason Duke didn't die is because Optimus Prime had died in the Transformers movie, and there was like backlash to that.
So what's funny is that the reason Optimus Prime died is because when they announced they were doing the Transformers and G.I. Joe movie were kind of made at the same time. And when they announced that was happening, Buzz Dixon, who wrote the G.I. Joe movie, was like, well, if you're going to be phasing out all these toys, we're always saying people need to die in these cartoons for children. So he's like, why don't we kill the characters whose toys are getting retired? And they're like, yeah, sure. And so he's like, okay, I'll do that to Duke. And then they're like, do that to Optimus Prime to the people making the Transformers movie. And then they did it. So it's funny that it was like an idea for the G.I. Joe movie that the
Oh,
Transformers
was there
movie
first? Yeah.
did first. And then they were like, oh God, because Transformers movie kills like 6 or 12. They kill a lot of Transformers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad. But yeah, and then that is the greatest movie of all time. It is not too weird for G.I. Joe, in my opinion.
All right, fair enough. I also read that they were gonna do a Gem cartoon, but because these two did so poorly that they did not, that's why they didn't do a cartoon movie for Gem.
Yeah. Well, until like what 2016 or whatever, they did that
Well,
one live
cartoon
action.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did that live action movie. Um, I'll take a page out of your book. What was your favorite outfit of the movie?
Jinx. Gotta be Jinx.
Oh,
I
the
love her
do
all red.
with mask or without? I don't
As a
see the
kid,
hair.
I like the mask because I feel like it brings the outfit together. But as a kid, I always wanted them to put out a version of her without the mask on, and they never did.
They did finally last year. So,
Yes. Oh, yes. Wait, she was for sale on $10 on
oh
eBay or
yay!
Amazon. So I have her.
Oh yeah, that's such a great figure. The oh god, her hair is so good in that. And oh my god, my favorite outfit. Why didn't I think of this beforehand? All of them, obviously. Pythona, clearly.
Oh, wait,
Uh,
maybe I want to do Pythona. I don't know.
yeah,
I just love Jinx. She's like the character I loved from this, and I do like her all red. But no, I think you are correct. Pythona is the best outfit of this movie.
it's absolutely stunning. And then second runner up is Taurus's spandex, no, or Snowdrop's butt.
Let's say Mercer's pants.
Yes, Mercer's super tight pants. Well, thank you so much for celebrating the for 39th anniversary of one of the greatest movies that has ever been made.
Thanks for having me rewatch it. It was wild to
Ever.
rewatch it.
It is a movie that I can put on literally anytime. I could watch it again right now. Maybe this is a sickness. Maybe this is a I don't know. I've never stopped rewatching it. I've rewatched this movie at least once a year my entire life.
I think this is the first time in like 35 years I've rewatched it.
Now, have you rewatched the animated Transformers movie recently? Try that one.
I don't know that I've ever seen that one, honestly.
It's
Transformers for me, I feel like they were ending when we were kids.
yeah.
And so my
Yeah.
brother had Transformers and I wasn't allowed to play with them because I broke his Optimus Prime when I was trying to transform it. And so then he
Yeah.
put them all up on a high shelf I couldn't reach and I wasn't allowed to play with them. And I remember thinking the cartoon was boring, but I don't remember it being on when I was a kid.
No, it was hard to find as a kid. And
Yeah.
also and my hottest take is that everything that everyone complains about the G.I. Joe movie is actually a problem with the Transformers movie.
Hmm.
That's my hot take.
Doesn't
G.I. Joe
Orson
movie.
Welles do
Yeah.
Optimus? Yeah.
He's Unicron or
Or,
something.
right. The head of
It's
the,
never
yeah.
never a Transformers person, clearly. Where can people find you on the internet or the YouTube, since I guess this is a YouTube thing? Or if you want to be
Uh,
found on YouTube. Oh God.
Slayerfest has a YouTube. We do all our video recording. So yeah,
Yeah.
Slayerfest98. On YouTube, I think it's at Slayer. Hold on, I'll tell you 1 second. It might be at Slayerfest X. I can't remember. But yeah, we have YouTube, all of our recordings, our video recordings.
'Cause it's the
Um,
only way to do them now.
yes,
Hence,
Slayerfest X98 is our YouTube channel.
yes.
And that's what our thing is on all socials. So
Yay! And every now and then you can see me on there. Maybe sometime I will do it as Barb again. I have done it in the past.
as you say, you
Uh,
have done it. Yeah.
yeah, I did the She-Hulk finale as She-Hulk.
Yes.
And thanks everybody for watching and hanging out. I'm going to have more content and stuff because I got to do something because otherwise I'm going to go crazy. Talk about mental health, everybody. Go see a therapist. please. I don't know. That was weird.
I'm starting
Follow
with
me
a
on
new one this
Instagram.
week, so
Yeah, yes. I'm liking mine that I have in this new city. And follow me on Instagram at Barb Hardly. Subscribe, like, do all that stuff. And until next time, was this a show? Hardly.